Serial rapist Dominique, age 72, admitted to inviting dozens of men to force themselves on his drugged wife Gisele, who went years completely unaware of what he was doing to her. Dominique was found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 20 years behind bars, meaning he could well die in prison.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Pam. So I wanted to do a reaction on this story that's been in the news for quite a while now. This thing happened in France, where this man drugged his wife, and he let all these men come and basically SA his wife while she was unconscious. Terrible. So let's watch together. Yeah. Okay.
A truly disturbing mass rape case that shocked France and the world today culminated in a whopping 51 convictions in court, totaling over 400 years in prison time. After months of harrowing testimony, the twisted ex-husband of grandmother Gisele Pelicot, Dominique, was found guilty of raping his own wife for almost a decade and offering her up to strangers he met online. Serial rapist Dominique, age 72, admitted to inviting dozens of men to force themselves on his drugged wife Gisele, who went years completely unaware of what he was doing to her. Dominique was found guilty on all charges and sentenced to 20 years behind bars, meaning he could well die in prison. All other 50 defendants were convicted in court, with sentences of up to 15 years handed out to the co-defendants. Most were found guilty of also raping Gisele. 2 were convicted of attempted rape and 2 of sexual assault. Gisele...
since this story has been happening, I've been so confused. I mean, I thought I heard it all. I watched those crime things and whatever and stuff, those crime stories and whatever. But this is so insane. And look at the guy. He looks so normal. I know criminals, obviously, they don't look like, Frankenstein or whatever. But this is crazy. What?
And her children attended court to hear the sentencing. And as monster Dominique wept during the verdict, she watched on, resting her head against a wall. Dozens of people gathered outside the court, applauding Gisele, who has become something of a feminist icon in France throughout the trial. People all over the world have been left appalled at how Dominique was able to covertly assault her for so many years, and how many seemingly normal members of the local community joined in. Married for decades and parents...
Wait, so people from the community? These men... Some of them were from the community. So your neighbor Peter, hi Peter, how you doing? He's like, I'll see you later. Oh, this is sick.
Children, the couple lived in a small, sleepy town called Avignon in southern France. Dominique would slip tranquilizing drugs and sleeping pills into her evening meals or drinks before inviting strange men over to rape her while she was unconscious. He would film the horrific assaults and stored videos and pictures of them on his computer. The depraved rapes went on unnoticed for almost a decade, from 2011.
So, what do you think is going to be his karma, where he is going? I'm just wondering.
To 2020, before Gisele finally found out who her husband really was. Men who answered Dominique's disturbing offers online included a gardener, a farm driver, tradesmen, a retired fireman, and more. They appeared to join in with the depraved sexual assaults before slipping back into their everyday lives and going unnoticed for many years.
Oh my goodness.
The youngest was 21 and the oldest 68. While most only took part once,
68 and raping. What, is it still working? What? We ready, Lord. Come get us.
Did so as many as 6 times. Some of the accused, like Dominique, acknowledged in court that they were guilty of rape, but many did not, even when faced with the horrific video evidence.
Oh, really?
Some defendants even tried to argue that Dominique's consent covered the consent of Gisele as well.
Oh, okay.
As well as Gisele, Dominique violated his own daughter, Caroline. The police discovered that there were semi-nude pictures of her on his computer file, which was labelled abuses. When shown pictures taken of her by her own father, she didn't recognise herself at first. She only realised it was her when she noticed a distinctive mole on the right cheek. In court, Caroline has described her father as one of the greatest sexual predators of recent years. Protesters have called for a change to the law in France following the horrific case.
Yes.
In the country, consent is not the deciding factor when it...
The law should be, you violate someone with a thing in your pants, it gets cut off. That should be the law.
comes to someone being found guilty of rape. Instead, the prosecution have to prove that the offender intended to commit rape.
Oh!
The defence of most of the accused is that they did not go to the Pelicot home with the intention of sexually assaulting Gisele. There has also been criticism of the defence lawyers, who have questioned Gisele's own desires, such as asking whether she ever considered swinging.
What?
Dominique was first arrested.
Do you know what? The other day I was actually thinking, we should give men another chance. I mean, I know I see all these videos about women saying they hate men and this and this and this. And I'm like, we should give men another chance. You know, there was some bad and there was some good, and it's a new generation. It's a new... I don't know, bruh. Maybe I should go to the other side. I don't know.
In September 2020 for secretly filming up women's skirts at a supermarket in Carpentras. While in custody, he confessed to a hard drive hidden under a printer which contained the file called Abuses, full of 20,000 images and videos depicting the rapes of his wife. The incredibly brave Gisele had to sit through more than 3 months of horrendous testimony throughout the course of the trial. This included extracts from Pelicot's collection of homemade abuse videos and images being shown in court. Gisele testified, "They regarded me like a rag doll, like a garbage bag." Meanwhile, sick Dominique confessed, "I am a rapist, like the others in this room," and even said that he may die alone like a dog.
Yes.
Gisele chose to waive her right to anonymity, allowing the full details of the case to be made public. Her incredible bravery rallied thousands of people to support her, though Gisele says she wasn't looking to create a national conversation. Instead, her choice to have an open courtroom was so that she wouldn't have to be stuck in a room with her sick ex-husband.
Can you just imagine someone doing that to you? And can you imagine them doing it to you while you're not even awake? The freedom, the different angles, This is...
However, Gisele started to receive messages from crowds of people who supported her throughout the trial. Her lawyer said when she started receiving these letters, she felt some kind of responsibility for victims who had suffered similar things.
I'm here to say I'm very emotional. Please, if you could respect my emotional state as much as possible. Thank you. It's with a lot of emotion that I'm here to make a statement. This case was a very difficult test for me, and I'm thinking first and foremost of my 3 children, David, Caroline and Florian. I'm also thinking about my grandchildren, because they are the future, and for them I wanted to really put this struggle forward. Aurore and Céline as well. I'm thinking about all the other families affected by this case and the non-recognised victims. In these stories that are often in the shadows, you must know you share my struggle. I'd like to express my gratitude, my deepest gratitude to all the individuals who have supported me throughout this, with the witness statements and the testimonials.
Wow, look at that.
This really gave me strength to come back day after day for this long trial. I'd like to thank the Association for Support of Victims, who have supported me throughout, and all the journalists who have followed my case since its beginnings. I'd like to thank you and recognise the faithful and respectful treatment of the case that you have daily given. My lawyers, I thank you Thanks for supporting me throughout this long journey. I wanted, when I started on the 2nd of September, to ensure that society could actually see what was happening, and I never have regretted this decision. I have now faith in our capacity to collectively take hold of a future in which everybody, women and men, can live together in harmony, in respect and mutual understanding.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, that's just sad. It's just sad. That was hard to watch. Anyway, well done to that woman, and thank goodness that it was discovered. I mean, one of them could have sent her to heaven while he was busy doing his thing. This is crazy. Okay, well, that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.